Welcome back to the XWO Gaming Guide to Dark Souls Level 1 Edition. In this episode, we will be making our way through the Undead Burg and conquering all of the challenges that wait for us there. We begin this episode at Firelink Shrine, which was where we left off in the previous episode. However, before we make our way to the Undead Burg, we're going to make a quick detour to collect a special item. So follow the route I'm taking here, go down the stairs and through the archway. Continue on down the staircase and go through the narrow hallway. At the end of the hallway will be an elevator. Step on the plate in the middle and ride it down. Once at the bottom, follow the route I'm taking here. And we've reached New Londo Ruins. For now, ignore all of the hollow enemies as they will not harm you unless you disturb them. Continue across the narrow bridge and across the second one. As you approach the end of this bridge, you'll start to notice some ghost enemies coming towards you. You cannot harm them at the moment, so just avoid them as best as you can and follow the route I'm taking here. It's easy to get lost here and there are plenty of pitfalls, so just be careful. Once you reach this part, the platform that you run across is extremely narrow and there is a high risk that you will get pushed off. Here you will collect a Firekeeper's soul and you will most likely get killed here. If you do get killed, it will return you to Firelink Shrine, which is where we want to be anyway. And as we're only carrying 2,380 souls, we can lose those and make them back extremely quickly. I got very lucky here and managed to survive that encounter, so I've got to make my way back to Firelink Shrine on foot, which may take a little bit longer. Now that we have the Firekeeper's soul in our possession and we're back at Firelink Shrine, we're going to make our way to some few extra items. Rest at the bonfire to replenish your health and any Estus you may have used. Next, collect the 3 humanity. We won't be using those just yet, so just keep hold of them for the time being. And continue following the stairway as I go here. There's an NPC character to your left, ignore him and continue on. Next, we want to drop down the elevator shaft here and go through this hidden passage. You'll come to an area with several chests. Open them all and collect the items. We won't be using the cracked red eye orbs in this playthrough. The items of importance here are the Homeward Bones, and the Lloyd's talismans. Now before we roll off the edge of this cliff here, pay attention to the bones and the shield down there to our right, because as soon as we roll off, those bones are going to reform and the skeletons are going to come and attack us. At this moment in time, we don't want to fight the skeletons, we just want to run away from them and return to the bonfire as quickly as possible. So just follow the route that I'm taking now and make a run for it. You may get unlucky and a skeleton may follow you all the way back to the bonfire. If that's the case, you can either let him kill you or you can attempt to fight him. In this case, I made it back to the bonfire in one piece. With that out the way, we're now ready to make our way to the Undead Burg. So, go up the hill here, and we will encounter our first enemies of the game. You'll notice several hollow soldiers up on the hill there, and an armoured hollow in the background. These guys are fairly easy, and I'm practicing my parrying as I go. Try your best to lure these guys out one at a time, as they can easily overwhelm you and kill you pretty quickly. You'll notice now that the hollow soldier up top is throwing firebombs, so you want to sprint past him as quickly as you can. Deal with the Axeman first. And the enemy throwing the firebombs should aggro towards you. There's one more hollow soldier up the top. Take care of him too. Next, we're going to grab one more bonus item, so deal with the armoured hollow. Now over in the distance there on the right hand side, you can see an item. We're going to jump over there and pick that up. This item is highly important for later in the game, so make a sprint for it and jump across the gap. Be careful here as we have to walk across these narrow walkways, and it's easy to run off. And pick up the Ring of Sacrifice. Do not equip this ring yet. There will be a time and place for that, and I will point it out in the walkthrough once we reach it. Now that we've collected that, we just need to jump back across the gap and make our way to the Undead Burg. Next, go through the doorway and take a left. There's a rat waiting for us here. Make sure to defeat it. On a rare occasion, that rat can drop humanity. On this instance, he didn't do it. Follow the sewer passageway and make an exit at the left here. And we have reached the Undead Burg. More hollow soldiers wait for us here, so deal with them as you have been doing already. Deal with the firebomb thrower and the hollow soldier hiding here on the right. I'm going to take this opportunity to point something out to you. Whenever you're in a room that's filled with background objects like this, do not attack them if you want to break them. It's far easier to just roll into them, as sometimes in certain areas of the game, NPCs are hiding within these items, and if you attack them, you run the risk of killing them. So always roll through the background items. Next, go through the fog gate. Continue up the stairs. And walk slowly out onto the bridge. As you can see, the Drake flies down, and if you sprint out onto the bridge, it will kill you in one hit. Continue onwards, defeating all of the hollow soldiers. And at last, we have reached the first bonfire in the Undead Burg. So light it up and take a seat. Now, you may be wondering why I have 10 soft humanity up in the top left and 37,000 souls down in the bottom right. I've spent an hour or so farming the enemies in this area to collect that humanity and those souls. It's highly optional, but I recommend you do it, and after this video I will be posting what I did in a separate video in order to farm these items. So after resting at the bonfire, we're going to come down this way and we're going to take on the two pikemen here. These guys are fairly easy to parry, they're easily read, and they only have a couple of attacks. Next, break all the crates and go down the stairs. Kill the guy hiding behind the bookshelf. Next, go out the doorway and make a right, and we will reach the undead merchant. Do not kill this guy. With all of the souls we've collected so far, we're going to buy a few items.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you. Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Buy the residence key, the repair box and the bottomless box, 3 reinforced clubs, and anything else you can afford. If you want to leave messages for other players, also buy the orange soapstone stone.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
The reinforced club will be our weapon of choice for most of this game. The reason we've bought 3 is because we're going to upgrade all of them on separate paths so that we have a different damage type for any situation that we require. Now, assuming you spent time grinding, and continue across the bridge, sprinting across to avoid the firebomb throwers. This room can get quite messy, as 3 hollow soldiers all aggro on you at once, so try to take them down. If you can group them together and hit them with an R2 attack, you should take 2 of them down like I did, leaving you in a one-on-one situation. Continue out the door and make a right into this residence here. Another hollow soldier waits for you, and take him down too. And there's another one hidden just up that doorway on the left hand side. He really messed me up there, but I still took him down. Continue through and open this chest here. As you'll see, I had already opened it, but open it up and collect the item in there. Next, run up the stairs and take care of the 3 hollows waiting for you. Don't be put off with the lack of damage we're currently dealing. Soon we will upgrade these weapons and we will be virtually unstoppable. Next, go up this tower and defeat the archer that's waiting for us. Use the residence key on this door here. Continue through the house. And open this chest here for some gold pine resin. Using this item will imbue your weapon for a short amount of time with some lightning damage, and it's very useful for some of the upcoming battles. Next, continue on and deal with the pikemen. And deal with these 2 hollow soldiers too. Now we have 2 ways to go. Up the stairs, or down the stairs to the right. First, go up the stairs to the left, and you'll see that the hollow soldier waiting for you up there is hidden behind a barrel. As you run up, he will kick that down. Avoid the barrel and defeat the soldier when he chases you down. Next, we're going to go down the stairs to the right and encounter an extremely tough enemy. This guy can really mess you up and end you in one hit, especially if you're on level 1. So walk down slowly, and he stood there with his back to you, allowing you to get a free hit in. You can go for a backstab or use pyromancy to get his attention. It's quite difficult fighting him down there, so try and bait him to a more open area. Try and fish for backstabs, or if you're confident with your parries, you can also parry him. Just continue to play it defensively and attack when you get an opening. With that taken care of, we can carry on. I've run out of Estus here, so I've returned to the bonfire. Make your way back to this stairway, you'll notice that this hollow soldier no longer has the barrel to kick down towards you. So continue on. Go up these stairs and go through the fog gate. Before we trigger the next boss fight, the first thing you want to do is climb this ladder and deal with the 2 crossbowmen waiting for you up here, as these can make the boss fight a lot harder than it needs to be. Go back down the ladder and make your way across the bridge. If you look up above the tower in front of us, as soon as you see the Taurus demon, turn around and make a run for it and climb up this ladder. Once the Taurus demon catches up to you, jump off the edge with a plunging attack and remove a good chunk of his health. Run across to the other side of the bridge, heal up if you need to, and bait the Taurus demon towards you. After 3 hits, he staggers, leaving you to sprint towards the ladder again and make your way up it. Be careful as he can kill you here. Heal up if you need to, and do another plunging attack. Three more hits of the reinforced club, and the Taurus Demon is no more. With the Taurus Demon defeated, we can continue on our way. So cross the bridge and go through the doorway. Breaking the barrels is optional, I'm just checking for items. As we've been playing, we've been collecting items called Soul of a Lost Undead and other such descriptions. These are just consumable items that give you additional souls. For now, this door is locked, so continue out onto this balcony here and speak to the NPC. It's the original Sunbro himself, Solaire of Astora. He will ask you a question. Respond with yes.
Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord William, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that from all the time.
Make sure you exhaust his dialogue.
I have a proposition if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with horrors, could that really be me a chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Answer yes again,
Well then, take it.
and he will give you the White Sign Soapstone.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted.
Using this item will place your summon sign on the ground and will allow other players to call for help from you if they need it.
There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. Like you did, to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Solaire tells you can call for help from him in certain locations. In order to be able to do that, you must be in human form.
I would say to friends who gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Next, hold your shield up and sprint as fast as you can across this bridge, and as soon as you reach this section here, make a right and get down this stairway. The Drake will return and set the bridge on fire. It can kill you very quickly. Once we've made it down here, kick the ladder down, climb down, and we now have a shortcut back to the bonfire. So rest up. And that brings us to the end of episode 2. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe.